you made a profit sitting at home by how much? 68 lakh rupees you made by doing nothing for the 20 years. So that's like a bonus that you got because you've been investing. But welcome back to the channel, guys. What's up, guys? How hope everyone is doing great. I had to go to the CA office because I had to file my appeal. The GST issue that is happening, that I told you, right? That case which is going on. Most of the stuff I paid, but again there is some penalty and all these things. I'll keep you updating you, but that filing has been done today. Wish me luck. I hope things go in a positive way. Let's see. Alright, one very interesting fact. If you are earning 6 to 7 lakhs per month, sorry, not per month, 6 to 7 lakhs per annum, around 50 to 60,000 per month, which means you are in the top 25% in the country. Ardhamaitunda? And in case you're earning 1 lakh a month or 10 to 12 lakhs per annum, you are considered the upper middle class as of 2026, and you are in the top 10% of the country. And in case you worked hard enough and you're lucky enough to earn at least 14 to 15 lakhs per annum, you are in the top 5% in the country. And to be in the top 1% in the country, your per annum salary should be around 40 to 50 lakhs per annum. It's not impossible. It is definitely hard to get to that point of 3 to 4 lakhs a month. Now, definitely I have to talk about this particular thing. SIP, wherever you go these days on the internet, on social media, especially Instagram Reels or financial gurus. I'm not a financial guru. I just talk about my experience, whatever I did in my life. I suggest you to save. I suggest you to earn. I do the ESI thing, but I don't say put your money here, put your money there. I don't say that because I myself personally don't know. I do a lot of guesswork. Somehow it worked out for me. So please take my words or listen to me with a pinch of salt. Any influencer, anyone, I have to give this warning because a lot of information, lot of conflicting information on the internet. So you have to be careful about where you're putting your hard-earned money into, right? Now let's talk about the first important thing first, the famous SIP, Systematic Investment Plan. I've been talking about this a lot since a couple of years now. I believe in it and it definitely worked out for me in my experience. That doesn't mean it has to work for everyone, but usually it works. If you see the market's history in the last 15-20 years, SIP has returns of at least 15%, 17%. So yeah, it works. But the problem is SIP doesn't make you rich. The way people are talking about it on the social media, on the internet, they talk as if do a SIP of 5,000 rupees and you'll become rich. No, you will not become rich. That is the correction. It is a good strategy. It gives you a discipline of, you will have a commitment towards spending your money into something useful, into an appreciating asset rather than a depreciating asset. For some, for me, for example, if I had like 5,000 rupees in my pocket back then, I would go and spend it on shoes or something else. But because of this interesting aspect of putting it into an appreciating asset and your money will grow, and I think my dad told me that, and I was like, yes, this is the way I have to grow my money. And instead of buying shoes, this was a gift given me by Zishan. But anyway, if someone gives you something like that, then obviously you don't need to buy shoes. So that money which I wanted to spend on the shoe will go into my SIP. Just kidding. That time, 15-20 years back, when I had pocket money, what I used to do is I have to put that money directly into some investment. Month on month, I used to do that, and today we see results. I've been doing this since a couple of years, more than a decade, and that is what has made me money. Now, did I become rich by doing a SIP? No, absolutely not. Do not believe that. You do not become rich by starting an SIP. It gives you a discipline. You start putting your money into an appreciating asset. And yes, people will become rich by putting their money into SIP if they already have a lot of money. And if their investment is like monthly, not 5,000, 10,000, but if they are able to invest at least 2-3 lakhs a month or 5 lakhs a month, then obviously they're already rich that they're able to put that much into a SIP, and that is going to grow and compound in the next couple of years or decades. For general people who just started earning, who is earning like 15,000, 20,000 a month or 10,000 a month, 5,000 rupees per month is not going to make you ultra rich. Okay, remember that. Don't fall for the schemes or don't fall for this advice who is saying you will become rich by starting a SIP. First cut off that. Now let's go into calculations a little bit. Interesting. Yeah, here's a calculator. Monthly investment, a SIP. Let's say you started with 10,000 rupees is the intent to start something. Okay, start. But once again, take your advisor, your proper wealth advisor's advice than just a random YouTuber. Okay, and then expected return rate. It can be 13%. Let's put it at 12%. On the higher side, it can go also to 18%, but let's be minimal. It can go to 10%, 8% as well in history, but average pakadlo, it's around 12%. Now, time period, let's put 20 years. For the next 20 years, you decided to do 10,000 rupees of a monthly investment towards SIP. Your invested amount is a crazy 24 lakhs. I 10,000 వేసుకుంటూ చూసినారా 24 lakhs జమ అయింది. కానీ because of the rate of return, because the markets work, you have been investing your money into the markets and that has been utilized by the companies and they grew, and because of that your returns have increased. Your 24 lakhs became a total of 91 lakhs 98,000, almost 92 lakh rupees. Your profit sitting at home doing nothing but just investing your 10,000 rupees a month for the next 20 years. You made a profit sitting at home by how much? 68 lakh rupees you made by doing nothing for the 20 years. So that's like a bonus that you got because you've been investing. Now, this is a good strategy. I believe doing this is very helpful. It helps the economy, it helps yourself, it helps tax everything. This is where, unfortunately, this 92 lakhs or whatever, the total value is not going to be this much because 6% per annum is approximate inflation. This is where people paplo kalestar dal mein hindilo emanto telivadu gaani you should actually ideally have 92 lakhs by the end of 20th year, but you're not calculating inflation. You know what will happen with inflation? Let me calculate that as well. What is the value of 92 lakhs ఎన్ని సున్నాలు ఉంటాయి కూడా తెలుస్తలేదు. 92,000 20 years at 6% inflation. Let Google calculate all this. See, this is where we don't use our brains. If this was not there, I would take out a calculator, write it on a paper, do all the calculation, use my cognitive thinking. Poinanta. AI is making it extremely easy. So future cost, purchasing power, real value of your 92 lakhs is going to be 28 lakh 68,000 rupees. 6% inflation eskunte. That is where you don't get rich because we're not considering the inflation factor. Adokati untundi. But still, it's better to do all this SIP or investment things because that is the only way you can beat inflation. Now, that is one strategy, just doing a SIP. But there is one more thing you should do. Don't just do 10,000 rupees per month forever for the next 20 years. You need to step up every year. You need to increase your SIP amount by at least 10%. At least 5, 6%, 7%. Pick your number, but the point is you have to step up. So this is the step up SIP calculator. If you see what happens here is 10,000 rupees monthly investment, annual step up 10% I'm going to increase, which means your 10,000 rupees per month which you're paying for SIP, that will, for the second year, it's going to be 10% more, which means 1,000 rupees. So 11,000 rupees you will be investing from the next year, from the second year. Now, after that year, in the third year, again 10% increment of the 11,000 rupees, which means 1,100 rupees you're going to increase in that year, which means around 12,100 in total. So every year you're going to you're going to step up your SIP by 10%. This is a good strategy because you see the difference by just doing that and not changing anything else. If you see 12% average rate of return and time period 20 years, same, everything is same except that I've been increasing 10% per annum. I think you can do that because obviously you will not sit at the same salary, right? Or your income, if you're in business, you'll keep growing at least little by little. So make sure you step up your SIP every month. If you did not do that, you would be having 92 lakhs, right? By the end of 20th year. Remove inflation for some time just for calculation purpose, just not to disappoint you every time. So 92 lakhs is what you'll have after 20 years if you did a normal SIP. But if you did a step up of just 10%, this is the magic of SIP with step up. You see, your total value went up by 1,86 lakhs, almost double, just because you increased your SIP amount by 10% every year. So if your salary allows, try to do much more, not just 10%. If your salary increased or if your income increased by 80% or 90%, make sure you're investing not 10,000 per month, but at least a lakh. You'll have to follow the 50, 30, 20 rule. Do not forget that. Okay, now you understood, right? Step up is very important. Now, I literally wrote whole notes about what I have to speak. Videos చేయడం అంటే అంత ఈజీ కాదు, especially financial knowledge and all. You have to draft things. So second thing you'll have to make money is by having a hell lot of discipline. Okay, nothing can beat this. The reason why a lot of people are not able to make money via SIP is because they don't have discipline. They start for a reason. They see some news, someone who started 5,000 rupees, 10,000 rupees, they made a crore in so many years. They read all these stories and they're like, I'll also start. They do that, but then the patience is not there, because this needs a hell lot of patience. For anything, oka chettu penchalana, you need to put a seed and wait for it to grow to a tree and give you fruits. It will take a lot of time. So same thing with any investment. If you put it in the right places, in a good, large cap, mid cap, small cap, proper mix chase pedte, then it will take time, but it will definitely give you results. That's what history has shown. If you see Sensex graphs, if you see this, for example, today is grown up by almost 2,000 points. Morning though it went up by 4,000 points. But if you see the history, you see this graph, it's always increasing. It's increased by almost 2,420%. Okay, if you see in the last 6 months, it has gone like a proper roller coaster ride. ऊपर नीचे ऊपर नीचे ऊपर नीचे కింద పైన కొట్టుకుంటూనే ఉంది. పీపుల్ హూ హ్యావ్ స్టార్టెడ్ లైక్ లెట్స్ సే 1 year ago, ఇక్కడెక్కడో స్టార్ట్ చేశారు లోలో, అండ్ దెన్ ఇట్ వెంట్ అప్. ఓ అమేజింగ్, మస్తు వచ్చినాయి పైసలు అనుకుంటారు, కానీ హియర్ ద డౌన్ఫాల్ స్టార్ట్స్. ఎరుపు చూసారు కదా, రక్తం చిందుతుంది ఇట్లా కిందకి. అండ్ దే సీ దిస్ ఫర్ లైక్ కపుల్ ఆఫ్ మంత్స్ అండ్ దే ఆర్ లైక్ డన్. -7%. లక్ష పెడితే అంటే ఆల్మోస్ట్ 7,000 లాస్ అయింది. అనవసరంగా 7,000 లాస్ అయింది. అట్లీస్ట్ ఐ షుడ్ హ్యావ్ లెఫ్ట్ ఇట్ ఇన్ మై బ్యాంక్ అకౌంట్ అండ్ స్టాప్ దిస్. దిస్ ఇస్ నాట్ హౌ ఇట్ వర్క్స్. మళ్ళీ తీసేగానే వెన్ ద స్టాప్ దట్ సిప్, అగైన్ ఇట్ స్టార్టెడ్ ఇంక్రీజింగ్. పెరుగుతుందని చెప్పి అగైన్ దే స్టార్ట్ ఇన్వెస్టింగ్. అగైన్ దే సీ ద బ్యాడ్ స్టోరీస్. This cycle keeps happening. Do not do that. Be strict. When you take an EMI, right? You buy a car or a bike or a house. You make sure you pay that EMI no matter what. For example, home loan is for 20 years approximately. 20 years ki home loan diskunte or a car loan for 5 years. No matter what, you stick to it, because the bank person will come after you if you don't pay even 1 month ka EMI, right? So when you're so strict on accumulating all the funds to pay the EMI so that your credit score doesn't go down, I'm talking about your personal wealth score. Sow the seeds at the right time, keep sowing, and it's very important to be extremely disciplined. The way you're so disciplined to accumulate all the funds so that by 4th or 5th your EMI is cut without any problem, same way you have to make sure and you're so disciplined that you have funds to pay your SIP first or any investment plan. I'm not saying do an SIP only, but this is how you have to have that discipline towards investment. If you see the data over here, this is SIP stoppage trends 25 to 26. Last year low, if you see this whole from April 2025, June 25, August 25, these are the number of accounts that have been stopped. SIPs discontinued. ఇక్కడ చూస్తున్నారా, SIPs discontinued in lakhs. December 2025 51 lakh people or 51 lakh SIPs were discontinued. Almost 85.3% SIP stoppage ratio because of whatever news or whatever, they're not able to see the returns because they did not give enough time. Maybe some cases they did not have the funds to fund the SIP. That's understandable, but any which ways, the point is to be very disciplined and strict for a long time. Forget it. Look at it like a retirement fund. Don't look at it like this is going to make you rich and you'll buy a Rolls Royce one day. Atla cheyakandi. You will never buy a Rolls Royce with doing SIPs and stuff, unless I said right, unless you're a big time player. Ante ₹1 crore petti invest chese atlantolaki, if you're investing 1 crore, 2 crores, for such people it works out maybe, because 1 crore can become 2-3 crores in the next couple of years. It's like that snowball effect. A small snowball starts rolling down the mountain. As it becomes bigger, because of the volume around it, it can accumulate more money, more snow around it. So bigger the ball, more the money it can attract, more snow it can attract. Ardhamaitundi kada. Now third important thing, the big question is SIP better? A lot of people ask me this question, is SIP better or lump sum investing is better? Let's say you had 24 lakhs at one shot. Okay, now if you see these figures, definitely the total value is 2.3 crores compared to 92 lakhs. Obviously 24 lakhs is being invested at one shot, and 12% per annum for sure is working out, and compounding effect works out. You already made 2.3 crores by the end of 20 years. Adi, if you had that lump sum amount of 24 lakhs, this is not like a real scenario. If you people had 24 lakhs, you could do that, but easier thing to do is a SIP. So start with SIP. You know what I would do? I don't go into so much of calculation. See, SIP is the mandatory. I keep doing it. At the same time, whenever I get a little extra amount, 10,000, 20,000, 50,000, I don't waste it on buying something. I make sure that it's invested. Whenever the market falls, I feel like it might fall more tomorrow. I don't expect that. Koncham padagane, little it falls and I take the action. I put that 10,000 extra or 50,000 extra. Depends on how much I have on that particular day when the market fell. SIP keeps going on every month on month, but every once in a while when there's a dip, I try to buy that dip with the lump sum investment. This way, both the places I'm able to make some benefit. Yearly, twice or thrice I do that lump sum investment, and SIP is anyways happening, so I get the better of both worlds. Now this all okay. Now let's get to the real deal. Okay, you will never become rich, Anangada. There is one way. The only way to become rich is not by doing all these investments, not by doing scams or frauds. Don't do all that. The actual real thing, end of the day, the final takeaway after all this investment, one thing that will actually make you money, that will actually make you rich in life, is not passive income. No, like I said once again, only for the people who are investing tons of money. Already they have crores of money and they're reinvesting that, and market worked out well for them, are the ones who are actually going to make a lot of money. But in general, for you and me, I don't think we'll become super rich by just investing. Passive income paina don't depend. Active income is what is going to make you rich. Listen up once again very clearly. Active income, focus on that, not on passive. Passive income is good, it should be there, 100% as important as active income, but your 100% focus should be on active income, how to generate the primary income that could be invested. It could be starting a business, getting up the ladder in your job, increasing your income. I don't know how, don't ask me. This is the biggest question a lot of people have. How to start making money? No one knows. You have to find your vibe, you have to find your vibe you have to find what you love doing, what problems do you want to solve in this world. You want to start a channel, I don't know how. Just go ahead and do it. Figure out how to make money. That is up to you. No one is going to teach you. If there are some courses and all that, I'll teach you how to make money. I don't believe in that. So once you figure out how to make your money, that active income is the only way you can become rich. Like truly, you can make, there is no limit. I mean, I know people who make 50 lakhs per day. There are people who make 10-15 crores a month, 30 crores a month. I know one person. So active income is what is going to make you rich. All that extra income that you don't need. The income, the money that you don't need has to go into investments. Don't take your needs and put it into investments. This comes back to that 50-30-20 rule. 50% of your income should be your needs. Ante groceries, rent, any educational expenses for your kid. All the needs has to be taken care of. The 50%. 30% of your income should go into your wants, because I appreciate if you can do, I used to do that, almost 90% of my income, whatever I made, because I was not, no one was dependent on me that time. Luckily, my dad and mom, they used to take care of me. I used to live with them. So I had no expenses. I don't want to boast saying that I did everything. No, without them, I wouldn't be what I am today. It is all their support and their moral support or whatever. That base I had. Okay, I did not have to pay my dad's loans or something like that, like unfortunately a lot of families have. So whatever I used to make, even if I made like 12,000 rupees income, usme 2,000 pay I used to live, and 10,000 would go into total investment. So long back when my salary was 12,000 rupees also, I was able to invest total 10,000 per month into SIP. I'm talking about 15 years back. In general, I would suggest you enjoy yourself also, because you come to a point in your life and you're already 30-40 years old or 50 years old someday, and what if you don't enjoy all that money that you made already, right? So that is the reason 30% rule is good. Put it for yourself, use it for yourself, to buy something for yourself. At the end of the day, you made money for yourself, right? To enjoy your life, to have a better life. So why not enjoy that 30%? And remaining 20%, I'm assuming you don't need it at all. Think that it is going into the drain. That 20% is what has to get invested. First of all this investment is what? Think about it closely. It's a prediction. It's just a prediction of the world. You're basically living in the future, not in the present. You're thinking. A lot of us, all of us are thinking. The news, graphs, whatever analysis you see from financial gurus, we're all thinking and predicting that the market might go up in future. And that is the reason we put our money today, expecting it to increase in the future. Expecting. We're not sure. All the money that you want to waste, which is not going to affect your life, that is the money that has to go into investment, whether it's 20%, 10% or 50%. Never go take a loan, especially people are doing these mistakes. Do not take a loan or do not take all your wants and needs, that money, and put into investments thinking that suddenly markets will work wonders and you'll become rich. No way you're going to become rich by just doing a SIP. Okay, get that clear. ఇవాళకి చాలా భాషను ఎక్కువైపోయింది. So whole summary before you get lost in this complete video: do a SIP to start with. Second thing is do a step up SIP. Every year you have to increase by 10% at least. Third thing is you have to have an extreme discipline. If you are quitting midway, you shouldn't quit. Give it full shot. Give it time. Let it grow. Number 4, SIP versus lump sum. You can do both, and whenever you have little bit extra money, do a lump sum and buy the dips. Final takeaway is active income. Focus on that. Upskill. Learn more things. That is where you have to invest your money on, educating yourself more. Active income is the key to become rich. Once you made active income so much that your passive income is going to work wonders for you, but concentrate on the active income. I hope you guys have enjoyed this vlog. In case you did, you guys know what to do. Hit the like button, do share, do comment, do subscribe. And after a long time I'm saying these words, right, because I usually do this because these days I'm not doing this financial videos, right? See you in the next vlog.